Welcome to the very first episode of Truth Be Told with me, Della Henry. I'm going to be using Sundays to really reflect, chat it up with you as I cook my meals for my family. I do a lot of meal prepping on Sunday, so I have to find time where I can find time to do the other things that I know I want to do, which is chat it up with you. So let's get into it. Truth be told, lately, I've been realizing that the thing I thought will make my life more rigid, you've been giving me the most peace, and that is systems. Crazy. I know. Who like system? Where did that come from? For a long time, I thought systems meant structure, right? For the sake of control. I thought they were cold, militant. Is that how you say the word? Militant, restrictive. Because after leaving the military, I was very intentional about choosing freedom. But then life expanded. I got out in 2021? So that was like at the end of COVID timeframe. So by that time, I had gotten married. Marriage added layers. By 2023, we started expanding the family. So kids multiplied, decisions. And then businesses. We had businesses that we were running. And so that alone was added responsibility. And so suddenly freedom without structure didn't really feel free anymore. Put a little olive oil on here real quick. It's my little trick to keep the seasoning on the actual salmon. But freedom without structure wasn't really feeling free anymore. And life felt loud. My brain would never shut off. I was always thinking ahead. And what I realized is that I wasn't overwhelmed because I was doing too much. I was overwhelmed because everything lived in my head. Once I started externalizing things, I started putting together like calendars, started to take routine seriously, because I thought that they were super boring. When I started implementing those things into my everyday life, things shifted, Not because I was doing less, but because I wasn't carrying everything alone in my head, just all up here, So anxiety lessened when that happened. That's when I realized system might be the way to go. They don't make me less present. They make presence possible. They hold the things that don't need my emotional energy. And for me, that's really big because I am an empath. I think I feel energetically really easily. And so they don't pull on me if I don't need to hold it inside my mental. So one thing that's been working lately for me is looking for small ways to systemize different areas of my life so that I can maintain it a little bit easier and I can commit to it. Hence, while I'm talking to you, why I am trying to cook, because I am attaching it to something that I already do. Like if I'm implementing systems, I want to attach it to something that I'm already doing so that it's more likely to become a habit. Or at least that's how it works for me. Last month looked like putting together our family calendar board. Now, I started doing this at the end of last year, and it's been working really well for us to predict travel plans, family appointments, family activities. When am I going to get massages so that they can predict I'm going to be a little bit longer in the city versus coming home? And so making that adjustment to support that change. I have all of that in one place. And this week, it was putting together a toddler outfit organizer for the week. On Sundays, I take out all the Grace's clothes. They're picked out ahead of time. And then in the morning, she identifies the day of the week or color for now. She's not really like looking at the words and reading it just yet, but she knows her colors enough to pick out like, okay, Monday is pink or Tuesday is purple. There's Spanish and English on it so that she starts to recognize those words as she's learning the colors because she knows that and she gets to get herself dressed. And that allows me to hustle out of the door just a little bit faster because the week is already planned. She already knows what she's putting on, so she helps me be great. She's excited about it, and it's like a simple system that actually is functional and works for us. It's nothing fancy, and it's not overly complex. I just try to ask myself these days, like, what's for creating noise, and how can I make it less of an issue? I don't need a perfectly oiled machine, I just need the nuts and the bolts greased so that it can reduce anxiety. I can feel a lot better, be a lot present, be less overstimulated with the kids, and focus a lot of my emotional energy on other things that may be a little bit more complex, like being able to work all day and then switch to mommy mode and wife mode and just be present in that moment and silence the noise that's in your head because you still have unfinished business at work, potentially. Like, that's not always easy for me. And so packing that up with the grocery list or the things to do and like every other layer that I'm thinking about, it was becoming a lot. So like I said, finding systems have been super rewarding so far. I don't know what my new system will be for this week. I want to stay consistent with the things I currently implemented to make sure it's sustainable. So if you find yourself hustling out the door with your kids, maybe try something like I did. Not to be perfect, just to make it a little easier. And truth be told, that's usually enough. Tune in for next week. Let's chop it up. Let's see what new systems I am incorporating into my life, or maybe what's working and what's not working based off of some of the challenges day to day. As a working mom of 3, I'm a wife. I run co-living homes. And then we do other stuff as well when it comes to investing. In this stage in my life, I'm not trying to do less so much as make it all make sense working together. That's where I'm at. If that's where you are, I'd love for you to follow, like, share, comment. If you're doing all the things as well, then this is your tribe. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.